background, before I became a humanist, I just was never really religious. But then when I found humanism, I could see a lot of things in there that vied and synced with my perspective and my outlook on life.
I was brought up a humanist, although my parents didn't really have a word for that at the time and believed in the power of humanity, and I thought that sounds like a bit of me.
I wasn't religious, I just wanted to make the most of what I perceived as this one life, to do the best I could by other people, and it really got me curious as to what it is to be human.
I've always thought that truth and knowledge should be found through looking at the evidence and logical reasoning. So it just seemed to be like a perfect fit for me.
And I've been volunteering with Young Humanists, being a local regional ambassador. And then after that, I've served on the executive as a coordinator. And I suppose for me, humanism was really attractive because of the social justice element to it. I'm quite a spiritual person as well. I think there's a secular spirituality that we can achieve within humanism, and that can provide a good interfaith bridge with other faith and belief systems, helping the vulnerable in society, climate change, ecology, conservation. Those are all really passionate interests of mine. And it was that led me to the My Faith and Environment event that RFP and EDA were putting on around, or just in the lead up to COP26 in 2021. And that was an excellent event for me to express both my interfaith passions and interests and connect through a faith and belief medium, such as RFP provided, with other people who are also equally passionate about social justice, climate justice, but coming to that through our different faith and belief perspectives, me coming from the humanist perspective. So that was really an excellent way for me as a volunteer to express a leadership role and to connect with other people in my community and other youth leaders around the country, around the UK, as well as to have other volunteer roles that are ongoing and continuing, just as the interfaith engagement is. So all of the executive, for example, is I'm one of the executives on the Young Humanist Committee. That's all volunteer roles. There are also regional ambassadors. As I mentioned before, I used to be a London ambassador, and for example, we have a Midlands ambassador, one based near Bristol, and we can have other ones around the country, and we are recruiting for those always. So they then represent Young Humanists in that particular area of the country. We have other general volunteers to help us with our events online, for example, with social media, graphics, and so forth, and also in-person events with logistics at events that we may hold during the year, for example, on World Humanist Day in June. And then also we have volunteers who are researchers who help us, for example, try and engage with campaigning or engage with government, national and local government initiatives and other NGOs and charities to try and understand how the humanist movement is developing in the UK.
I joined the committee in summer 2021 as an events manager for Young Humanists, and that I thought was a very important role because humanists don't have, unlike religious communities, we don't have worship spaces, so it's really important that we have those events where we can all meet together, meet a lot of humanists with the shared values of diverse background. And there's also lots of online discussions, some of which are interfaith that I've done. So I had a very good discussion with those from different religions and how we approach death, and that was a very successful event, and it gave us the opportunity to learn about different attitudes, and it's been a really good opportunity to learn. And I think my role as an events manager as well, it taught me a lot of leadership skills and different organisational skills that need to be done before an event can occur, and those are really good skills that can be transferred to careers that I want to do in the future.
As a London ambassador, I chair events, talks and discussions and make sure that all voices are heard. We run many events throughout the year, and these are a great way of bringing together humanists, other atheist groups, and of course people of faith to discuss these topics and create a real interfaith sense of community. Being a chair is a position of great responsibility, as well as a great pleasure and a privilege. By doing this, I get to help Young Humanists encourage free speech, including people perhaps from marginalised voices, and we encourage others not just to debate with each other, but also to listen and to be prepared to learn from one another instead. Running these events takes a lot of interpersonal skill and has really built my confidence as a chairperson and a leader. Some of the events I've been fortunate to do through Young Humanists in this year alone have included attending a service for Trans Day of Remembrance. This is one that matters quite personally to me, and I think it's important that we provide visible support and allyship for trans, intersex and non-binary people and from that community. I was also pleased to attend the Faith and Belief Fun Run earlier in the year. Representing Humanists UK, we spoke with all manner of different faith groups and other groups besides, and it was really great experience to highlight the common humanity between all faith and belief groups. I have also recently joined the Religions for Peace. I'm really looking forward to contributing to this forum and sharing the UK International Youth Network's view for the future of the interfaith space.